Hey guys, how's it going? This is Danish here from Tech Radar, and today we are inside the MG GT, a small compact car aimed at the urban youth. So it's packed with technology, and that's what we're here to check out. Alright, so as soon as you jump in the car, there is an immense amount of technology right in front of you. You have a gorgeous screen and a really nice one. In my usage over the past few days, it has been a really informative screen to have. You've also got the central dashboard over here. Now this is where you will see all the information you have, connect to Android or Auto, Apple CarPlay and stuff like that. Before we jump into the tech, I just want to mention the fact that the car has some really nice shapes, like these whole hexagon, diamond cut sort of shapes all over the car, at the AC vents, above the glove box, and in general the interior is really nicely made. Even this central dash is quite nice. I mean, it's got this unique lifted look. On the overall, I've really enjoyed it, but let's jump onto this dashboard first. Well, not really jump onto the dashboard, but you know what I mean. All right, so the first thing you'll notice on the screen is this is let's say the home screen. This is where you see your Bluetooth music, your radio, and the options to jump onto Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Now, let's just look through the menu system right now. And first here, you've got your music controls where you can control what music you're listening to. Super easy to connect. And even if you are connected via, let's say now, for example, I have an iPhone and an Android device. So even if the Android Auto is connected, the Bluetooth does work with the other device. So that's a really nice little feature that I found. Then you've got your FM over here. Shush. And then we've got the car assisted settings over here. So inside we've got lighting control, so you can control what happens with Find My Car and the Follow Me Home function. You've got locking systems, so what all you can change over there. You've got driver assist. Now one really cool thing in this car is you've got lane departure warning. So as soon as you activate this, you can control the sensitivity, whether you have an audible alert or not. You've also got forward collision warning, which works really well from my usage while driving the car. Then you've got driver handling, and a personal favorite here. I really like that this car has this, because first and foremost, you've got eco driving, then you've got stability control, then you've got body stability control, and most importantly, you've got steering. So I actually found myself adjusting my steering based on what kind of scenarios I was in. So suppose I was in traffic, I was moving it to urban. If I just wanted normal driving, there you've got that as well. And most importantly, if you're on the highway, you've got dynamic as well, which is really nice. As far as sport stability control goes, I didn't really have any usage in the city, but it's again a nice option to have. Then we've got the AC controls over here. Now this is for auto heated window as well as the blower level. One thing to be known is that the AC in this automatically also purifies the air, something I really like as a person who suffers with sinus issues. It's just nice to know that when I get into the car, I'm gonna have decently clean air, especially in the dusty environment that we live in here in the UAE. Last but not least, you've got controls to change the function of one of the buttons on the steering wheel to give it an actual function, and then of course you've got a massive reset. Now one thing I want to talk about is on the interior, you've got these buttons below this display, and I must say MG did a good job in terms of putting, let's say, the design and the feel of the buttons, but the actual layout is horrible. Like, first and foremost, I don't know why you integrated all AC controls into the display. Keep some of them outside. Like, for example, I can switch on and off my AC. That's great. But if I want to just adjust something as simple as the blower level or the temperature, I have to click on a button. I have to go into that on the display now, and this disrupts, let's say, suppose I'm on using navigation, it disrupts it. But I think that those controls should have been here, because two buttons have been wasted on the windshield as well as the back glass, which I don't think should have been here. These could have been moved onto the display, giving more blower controls. Again, I'm nitpicking here, but it is there. Another thing to mention is that there are volume controls over here, but they're super slow. Like, even right now, it's so difficult to adjust the volume, and I feel that could have maybe been a scroller on the steering wheel or something like that to just make life a little easier. But again, as I said, I'm nitpicking. Now, as I mentioned earlier, one thing to note is that this car comes equipped with Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. but which is great. But one thing that it's missing is that the ports for it are Type A USB, the old USB style. Now, I personally have just moved to Type C for everything. I wish it had Type C. So if you're like me and you have Type C everything, you might want to, find one of your older cables to get connected. Like even in my case, I had to like find an old Apple cable I had, like this tiny one, just to, use Apple CarPlay. But again, like I said, just something that you need to know. Now let's move over to this little dash and display that's in front of us. Like I said, a lot of stuff over there, really, really nice. Okay, so first things first, let's start with the current journey display. The current journey display, there's a lot of information here. You get your how much you've driven, what your fuel efficiency is, stuff like that. You've got your warnings, so any issues with the car, you'll get to know them over here. You've also got a screen which is you can use while driving for your front collision warning as well as for your lane departure. Again, super useful. Then you've got a bunch of settings, your luminescence levels and stuff like that, which is all stuff that's always been around. But something that I really like in this car is that at any point, the graphics that are used to understand what your drive is like, what your tire pressure is, are so nice, right? I really appreciate that effort that MG has put in here. Like, let's, for example, look at fuel consumption. Really nice little chart over here that shows exactly how much fuel has been consumed over the past few days with the speed that you're driving at. You've got voltage and state of charge of the battery. My favorite one is fuel efficient driving. It's a little graph over here which goes from blue to red and shows you what you're driving like. And I really like that because there are times I find myself aggressive on the road, maybe during traffic or something like that, where you kind of see how you're driving, and frankly, you can improve upon it using this. This car definitely has a lot of technology to keep you safe on the roads. It's small, it's nimble, it's a good drive, it seems quite fuel efficient, and overall the technology on offer is great for someone starting out. I mean, you've got this beautiful display over here that tells you all the information you need. You've got another secondary display, which by the way could have been a little bigger MG. On the overall, if you are in the market looking for an MG GT or something below in the line of the same series, I definitely think you can consider it. It's got a lot of offerings and should keep you pretty happy as far as tech inside the car is concerned. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.